Hey guys, welcome back to the Brigade podcast, episode 74. My name is Mike and I'm joined with Sam.
Yo, what up, guys? Yeah, we're back.
You back to
I don't
it?
know what we're back from, but we're back. I miss speaking on this podcast. Um, yeah, a lot of things have happened, and we'll dive into that shortly. Let's just ask here our buddy Mike, how's he been?
I've been alright. I've been moved in work, if that makes sense. I've moved teams.
Bro, I thought you were gonna say you moved houses. No, you
Mm-hmm.
moved teams. Fair enough.
So just getting trained and all that. But yeah,
Yeah,
just
getting
getting adjusted
settled
to
in, as
that.
they say.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just a lot of doing different things from what I was doing. More going around, doing stuff, than just being sitting on the desk. So that's good, I guess. Getting a bit of exercise in there.
Nice,
But
nice, bro.
but yeah, that's currently what I'm doing, and I've just been trying to catch up on stuff, especially Genshin, because I'm quite behind. And yeah, and it's because there's
Well,
stuff
I'm behind
happening
in video
every
games in
second.
general, fam. I'm behind in general, fam. But let's congratulate Mike on his positional change. Um, yeah, man, congrats on
Maybe
that.
okay.
Yeah. For me, it's pretty much the same old, same old. I haven't not really much has changed. Just been work, uh, tirelessly and fiercely,
Easily.
and outside of that, like not really much. Um, we've had like some we've had like a fun weekend, couple weekend back with the boys celebrating your birthday, and we will have one hopefully this upcoming weekend as we celebrate my birthday.
Yeah,
Woo! We don't go younger by the second; we keep growing older.
unfortunately.
Soon I'll hit 30. Oofed. Hopefully, if I turn 30 and I'm still in this, it'd be good. I'd
Yeah, you
like to.
probably would.
You know what? If I'm just gonna keep grinding these videos out. I love these videos.
Keep
See.
grinding.
I don't know. When will I retire from YouTube making videos? Who knows?
Probably when you decide to stop, when you just can't, when you're just too tired, or when you just
Yeah, I'm never
want to do
tired
such
to make
things.
YouTube videos. I love making YouTube videos. I just gotta make them more often. Um, yeah, but yeah. So my birthday's coming up, and it's gonna be fun. Outside of that,
Soon,
like just busy all around. Hopefully,
or at least
we should get some new content. Hopefully, with the conclusion of Lego Batman, the video game, which I think we both expressed in the last video. If you haven't seen it, that it's a great game.
yep.
Um, so we're looking forward to number
Number
two.
2, Electro
Um,
Boogaloo.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that should be exciting. New addition to the channel. Also, new additions. There's going to be a whole bunch of. Hopefully soon. We're just working it out. Some a variety of games coming out, so it's not the same old 3-4 games. There was the release of Fly Night,
Yep.
which was a bit different, but we're still working some stuff out.
Still working out the kinks.
Yeah,
But yeah, well, there's gonna be more
and
varied stuff, I guess, on here.
yeah. It's not just gonna be parts, playthroughs, whatever it's called. We'll hopefully get some new a variation.
Variation.
Oh man, like these days games are more expensive. We'll talk about that in the future, down the track in this episode. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. We've
It
also
is what it
had
is.
this the beginning of this week here in Australia, a couple days ago, the start of daylight saving here in Sydney, New South Wales.
Yep. So we an hour extra
I think
sleep.
Melbourne's part of that too. Mm,
Yeah. Queensland isn't though. They stay the same.
yep, they stay the same. Dude, I feel like when daylight saving hits, right? I know. Okay. This is my opinion, but when daylight saving hits, it feels like this is when you say winter is coming.
I mean, it's usually during the winter period it's put up.
Right, right. But what I mean is like March here in Australia is autumn. So we've had this 1 month autumn, right? It's but then like April hits, right?
Yeah.
And then daylight saving hits within April.
Sure. I
Um,
mean, it becomes midway autumn, so
um,
you're pushing winter.
right, right. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you think that like it's already in 1 month of autumn, right?
Yeah.
But daylight saving doesn't hit until like the second month of autumn. So, in my opinion, like this is just my feeling, right?
Yeah.
When daylight saving hit, I'm like, we are now getting to winter. You know what I like? I sit there, March hits. I'm like, I don't feel the effects of autumn. Yeah, there is a shift in the weather, but it's not like I don't feel the effects. But when daylight saving hits, I'm like, I'm like, ooh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like it's the same with the other side. When the daylight saving changes again at the end, that's also my oh, it's changed. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. Like some people might feel different. Maybe even you feel different, but that's just my thoughts.
I mean, it is definitely when the colder seasons are coming, but it also means you get an extra hour of sleep for that one day.
Fair enough.
Or
But
if
they
you're,
take it away. If on the other side, they take it away at the end.
oh yeah, sure. But I mean, I was gonna also say, or if you're a mad lad, stay up for an extra hour. But
Fair enough.
this
Fair
is
enough.
gonna last until like October, so you have a long
Yeah,
while.
we'll be here. We'll be through it.
You have like what
Um,
6 months until it turns back. So enjoy it
I
as it
mean, yeah,
lasts.
it's on both sides. 6 months
Yeah,
one way, 6 months the other way.
it's like it's half a year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the start of April also brings us April Fools,
Oh
the
yeah.
one where everyone tricks everyone and stuff just happens. Um,
I don't know.
have you had any good April Fools?
I feel like nothing happened. I was gonna say. I feel like it was way more tame. I want to say. I don't know. I didn't notice anything happening during April Fools.
No, I've had a few April Fools. Um, stuff. I've
Okay.
had people on Twitter like saying the most random thing, and I was like, "What? That the way is that actually gonna happen?" And then I get trolled. Wait a minute, it's April 1st. I was like, "God damn, you got me there." Um,
For me, when it hits April, it's like those 2 to 3 days. Just don't believe barely anything because it's like different depending on time zones within like 2 day period. It's April Fool somewhere.
you know what? I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'll link you one of my favorite April Fools in the comment section.
Yeah.
Um, it's so good. I enjoyed that one. That one's like good.
The ones I think I know of are the ones that Razor usually do, and then there's
Which one?
also like
Sorry.
Razor. Razor always does like the one that does the gaming peripherals, I guess you call it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did some sort of 'cause they always do one, but I can't even remember what it is from the top of my head now. And then Power World also did a April
Because
Fool's
like in
thing.
the gaming space, all I know is that like Overwatch had the googly eyes on their characters again. Um,
That will bring him in for sure.
yep. There's that. That's pretty much I think the only one in the video game space that I saw. But then like I saw a whole bunch of like YouTubers trolling at April Fools. Um,
Like videos
yeah, they're making videos. Um, yep.
about is it just about trolling people, or is it like it's meant to be something, but like it's
No, it's
something
meant to be
else?
something funny. I just don't remember because I see the titles. I'm like, yeah, like, but that's not the usual YouTubers I watch, so I don't really click them. But I'm like, that'd be funny.
No, okay.
Right. I did see. I think a couple of VTubers. I, I think that they swap models, so everyone was acting as each other, which was pretty funny.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah, so it's like swapsies.
Swapperoo. Yep. which was pretty funny. But yeah, like I saw on like a Twitter was a wildfire, fam. Like people posting random stuff.
I mean, I wouldn't
It was
suppose.
wild. It was wild because I think some of the people to posting stuff about like Donald Trump and Elon Musk, and I was like, wait, no, there's no way. I was like, there's no way, and then like I fell for it. I was like, God damn it!
No, no.
And then you've got the usual suspects that put links, and it's all Rick rolls.
True.
No, I know because I was like, I haven't I don't fall for it, but I just click it and go to the conversation. The first guys I got Rick rolled. I'm like, all right, you spoiled it for me. But
I don't know how. Would it for me? It's not
yeah,
like you
but
didn't go seeking for it.
no, I was like, I didn't click the link, but like I was just like, I'm like, I clicked the comment, and I was like, okay, yeah,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah.
that's yeah. So, but it's a good joke. I don't know who came up with April Fools, but yeah, good on you.
Probably a
You
funny
got to throw the
person.
full month on my birthday as well. Like, god damn it.
Lamau. But it's alright. Nintendo did the biggest April Fools anyways, so
We will speak about that in a bit.
Lamau.
I was just about to also say that like
What?
Nintendo decided to drop their directs or their new direct on April 2nd, so everyone knows it's not April Fools.
Still find it it's an
But
odd
they were
day to
still
drop
fools.
it.
They were still fools at the end. What?
Still find it was a weird day to drop it though. Like that day, April 2nd? A Wednesday? Or Thursday, depending on where you live. Bit weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
because it happened post midnight for us.
yeah. So sleepy time.
Let's talk about this. So, I'm gonna give you the timeline. We all knew that there was a direct happening on Nintendo, not Nintendo, sorry, April 2nd.
Yeah.
Um, and then Nintendo throws a last minute curveball just a couple days before the April 2nd. He's the final Nintendo Direct one.
Ooh, yeah.
So now we've got two Nintendo Directs to talk about. Let's talk about the first. Um, yeah, it was cool. The first Direct was cool. You know, it's a final Direct, like not that long.
Showing
It
off.
had a few things. What
Yeah,
was up?
I was gonna say it's showing mainly off games where it's like, yeah,
Yeah, I think the
he's the
last set of
yeah
games that will
last
come
set
out.
of games. I feel like half of them were like remasters or remakes from memory. At least that's what it felt like when I
Well,
watched it.
Tomodachi 2 was the big one, I feel like. Um,
Yeah, it
it's a
was,
series
but
that
it's also
their
like,
last release, I think, was on 3DS. So it didn't
true.
even come out on the Switch.
Oh, I mean now it's on the Switch. I mean it's coming out on the Switch now, but it's like the thing is with Tomodachi Life, it's not like you need to put a lot of resources into making it. If that
No,
makes
hundred
sense.
percent, 100%.
Yeah,
Like Tomodachi Life is like,
it's those small but like really really
yeah, but Tomodachi
bigger
Life.
games.
Okay, let me. I okay, Tomodachi Life is like uh, Sims, right?
Crack.
No. What I mean by Sims is like the thousands of things can happen, right?
Right.
So in Tomodachi Life, like, and I'm pretty sure you like the new Tomodachi Life is gonna have new stuff compared to the old one,
Yeah, the original.
which the original had a ton of stuff anyway, right? So it's not about like the models or the graphics or that stuff. It's like how many events did you input? You know what I mean? You know
Yeah,
what I'm
true.
saying?
But that's what I mean. It's
'Cause
not like a big resource heavy game. It's more like what can we do? It's more like one of the small but thoughtful games
right.
that
But
have
then
all
that
stuff.
takes so much effort to like code because you're not trying to just replicate the original Tomodachi Life. You're trying to improve on it, right?
Yeah, of
So you're
course.
trying to add a whole bunch of new stuff, right?
Right.
So you sit there and I've never played Tomodachi Life, but I've seen people play it. There's already so much stuff you can do. There's so much things, you know what I mean? Because it's like the I wouldn't even call it AI. Whatever the programming in this is like. There's so many stuff that may happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, you can have multiple runs of this game. It's not a roguelike, but you can have multiple save files in this game, and they all end up different
Yeah, because you can
depending
have
on. Well, you
like
make choices, and
so
the
many
AI
different
has
directors.
choices
Yeah.
as well. So I'm gonna. Well, again, it's not really AI, but like you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's like I guess
Maybe this new one
Tamagotchis.
implements AI, so who knows?
Let's not say it like that.
Um,
But the base game I remember from Tomodachi was kind of like, you take care of them, and then based on like, and then kind of off that and how many guys you have, events trigger, and then that's kind of
correct,
when the
correct.
shenanigans start popping off.
Right, right. But then again, it's like I said, that's like it's the same as Sims, right?
I
Do you
guess
know what I
so.
mean?
But Sims, I feel like
Because
you have
Sims,
more of a, like you can act more into like more not choice, but
no,
more
I'm not saying it's
influence.
100%, but I'm just trying to compare it to Sims because I know Sims a bit better than I know Tomodachi Life. You know what I mean?
I guess.
That's why I like it because it's like Animal Crossing as well. You know what I mean? But Animal Crossing doesn't have all these decision making. Like it's the same like type of gameplay thing. What I'm trying to say.
I mean, you could say the same against again with Tomodachi Life. It's just whatever
Mm.
happens is a different bit. Like, is you can do the same thing. Like, I don't know, feed Tomodachi's take care of them, and then but then whatever happens,
Happens.
it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And like as you unlock more things and are able to do more things, shenanigans happen, and it just let the chaos ensue.
Yeah. So anyway, that was the big one. I'm pretty sure there was a few others. Um,
Yeah, remember off the top of your head? I'm just
not
too
off the top
random.
of my head, but like I remember like there was like some sort of like save thing. There was like some
Oh, the
sort of
game. Yeah,
that wasn't a game, but that was like kind of like
interesting.
yeah, that was interesting.
Didn't they wait? Did they? I don't even remember now. I was gonna say, didn't they show off Metroid as well in that one as well?
Yeah, I think they did. I think there was also Metroid was also the next big one. I don't remember when the last Metroid game was released, but this is a new one.
They had that one. I want to say a couple years ago now. Like the one where Samus is wearing kind of like a white kind of suit, but it would have been a couple years ago now. At least from memory.
yeah,
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 but I mean, looked good, and then they showed more of it in the other direct as well. But this one kind of
yeah.
more into like how the game works and like what this game's
This
about
was
kind of
more
thing.
heavily focused on games, like
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean it's these are the last games before what do you call it? Before you say bye bye to the Switch.
pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, I
Yeah,
pulled it
like
up. Yeah, it was part of it. Damn. Sorry, I'm just
there was
looking
also
for
like the Heaven game, Rhythm Haven, what it's called.
Rhythm. Oh, Rhythm
Oh,
Heaven
that's what it's called.
Groove. Yeah, Groove.
Groove.
Rhythm
Okay, yeah,
Heaven Groove.
yeah. Because I did play when I had the DS. I did play um the Rhythm Heaven
Rhythm Heaven.
back in the day.
Back in the day.
It's a cool game. Um, yeah. So, but like, there's not much to talk about. There's just some games. Anything
Yeah.
interest you?
Most of
Any
them
game you
are
might pick up? Anything that's
Pokemon.
oh, they did
Uh,
they did talk about Pokemon.
they did actually.
I can't believe I forgot.
They showed like how when you go in nighttime, they it's like you've versus trainers and all that.
Yeah, that
Like,
was kind of cool. That was
yeah,
actually cool.
I
That
like that.
was
I was
really
actually I'm like, damn, I wasn't expecting this kind of thing. It's pretty cool.
yeah, yeah. That was actually really cool.
But I don't know. I'm just I remember some of the games because I have it opened. I'm just looking for them.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm like looking at them. Most of them are just remakes or like sequels to game. Like I know there's this one that's called Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar. It's like a farming game, farming kind of game, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Anything else you want to talk about before we move into the next one?
Um, I was gonna say thank you Switch for being a good console
Well,
when
the
you
Switch
release,
will
of
still be
course.
around because
I mean, it's not its last legs, but yeah, it will still be around, especially because of prices. But yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah. All right. No, I have nothing else to say. How about you?
Um. No, I got nothing else to say.
Ooh, all right.
Actually, nothing else to say. All right. Let's dive into Nintendo Switch 2's Direct. The big one,
The
the
chunky
one that
one.
everyone really cared about. I don't think as many people really cared about last one.
Well, it's not. Well, let's be honest. It's not people's fault for Nintendo literally putting them like less than a week apart.
Well, it's not even people's fault. That the fact is that people like you announced the Switch 2's one before you announced the Switch ones, right?
Yeah.
So people are already looking further ahead than looking what's in front of them. You know what I mean? It's like, for example, you got Christmas and New Year's next to each other, right? And then some people are looking to New Year's before even Christmas hits. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Hmm.
Like the first direct came out on the 27th, which was like the Thursday, and
Yep.
then the other one came out on the second, which would have been Wednesday. But it could also differ. Could be Friday or Thursday, depending on your live
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Well,
But
because
yeah,
we'll just talk about where we are at.
yeah. But it's like
Um,
6 days apart. It came out. Like, come on. Like, and then you announce it like a day or two before. Like, sure, you kind of like swishing stuff in between.
do you
But
reckon they should have just combined it and then they had like ending the Switch, announcing all this stuff, and then going to the next Switch too?
well, the
I reckon
thing
that would have been a
is,
banger. I would have
thing,
reckoned that would have been a banger.
thing is, the Switch is like the last one for the Switch was like half an hour, like close to half an
Yep.
hour, and the
Yep.
Switch 2's one was an hour. So if they combined it, it would have been like an hour and a half. So it would have been really long. But I feel like they
True, but
would
I'm
have
just saying.
just dedicated everything to Switch 2 kind of thing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. First, obviously, they shut off the console.
Yep.
Um, they shut off some games. They shut off Mario Kart.
World.
Was it World Tour?
Not just World.
Oh, World.
I think World 2 is the one
And
on the phone.
yeah, yeah, my bad. The Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Bonanza, yeah.
Um, they showed off a demo that you had to pay for. I still don't
Yeah.
understand the purpose of that.
It's like, what if
Uh,
it's called Astro Bot? The one that you get with your PlayStation for free, but you pay for it, which is dumb.
they
But
showed off uh the in-game voice chat that every other console has.
yeah. And then you have to buy
Uh,
like a separate camera for, which is hilarious.
can you join without a camera?
Yeah, you can. You don't need to join with a camera. And then there's like an inbuilt microphone on the finger as well, like on the Switch.
Yeah, and then they also had the screen share, which
That ran
looked
like
terrible.
5 frames per second. at
They
least,
announced that
least the games ran good, but like the screenshot didn't. Lama.
um they announced that we will have 4K resolution of 60 frames per second.
Yeah, if you like put it on your dock to a TV, so that's good.
That's the only way to do it.
Also, you can go up to 120 frames. The Switch it has a variable frame rate, which means
They
like
announced the FromSoft exclusive. I don't remember what it's called.
the Dusk Blood. So that's what's called.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think that was like the second last thing they announced on Direct. I think like either the last or second last thing.
They had dropped the release date and the pre-order date.
Oh yeah, for the Switch, yeah,
Switch 2.
which is like less than 2 months away on the 5th of June.
I think that's it. I pretty much covered everything.
You covered like 10% of it. That's how big this Direct was.
I covered everything that I like. That was, I think, that was big in my opinion.
You
It
missed
might have been
a.
small stuff. Cause
I was gonna say you
go
missed
ahead.
like 2 new games.
All
Like
right. Yep.
more than 2, but Kirby, Kirby Air Riders was
Oh yeah,
teased.
that's it. Yep,
Lamau.
yep.
And then Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, which is also a new game.
Oh yeah, and then they announced also you can upgrade Switch games.
Yep. And that's the list. The list of it is Super Mario Jamboree, which if you upgrade it, you get an extra thingo, which is called Jamboree TV. You got Kirby's The Forgotten Land, and if you upgrade it, you get Star Cursed World, which is like a DLC. Then you can upgrade Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Those ones, if you upgrade it, you can get it for free. and you can also upgrade
Do you get
Metroid
what for
Prime
free?
4 Beyond. You know, it's just I think those ones are free, like
Oh,
those two,
free. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yep.
there's more on this list, but they don't show on the website for some reason. But Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is also going to be free if if you want to upgrade it, and then also Pokemon Legends ZA, and I believe some other game that I can't remember off the top of my head. But that's the majority of them that you can upgrade. And also the biggest game, which everyone's talking about, the basketball wheelchair game, Rag X Drive. That was like the best game shown off because everyone was memeing.
That sounds hilarious.
Because you have to use mouse mode, and then you drag your controls in the ground and you move.
Well, you have to use mouse mode.
Yeah, it's play that game. So they're showing it off like the mouse. Yeah, you put it down and you move the Joy Cons towards you to like motion as if you're like moving your wheels, I guess, on the
Fair
finger.
enough. Fair enough.
And also there was the Nintendo GameCube expansion for Nintendo Switch
Oh yeah, I heard about
online.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So there's a lot of games on that. So that looks pretty good because there's a bunch of games and you can just play them. And then there's also a bunch of third-party games. So many games. So
I know a
many
lot of games are announced. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Now, this direct was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Like it was awesome. It was awesome. I think this is one of the best things we've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know. When I was watching it live at like
Like no,
12,
this is like
it was fun.
okay. Let me hear this. This is like a big W for, like a huge W for Nintendo, a
Yeah.
huge W for the game community, and a huge W for the what's it called, gaming industry as a whole. Now, before anyone says anything, yeah, we know what happened later. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of L's afterwards.
I mean, we say the finger is like amazing, but there was some L's
Yeah,
in
well,
the finger.
just the direct, because okay, the direct itself was incredible, right? Because I don't remember like anything like I mean, like I thought, yeah,
Yeah.
the Xbox and the PlayStation, when they released both their new consoles, I thought those were incredible as well.
Right.
So I'm glad to see that whenever we're dropping new consoles, like the stuff they showed off is always like top tier.
Bro, like in this direct, they were going like at one point they were just going through games as if it was nothing. Like, hey, here's all these games by the way. Like I know they're all third party, but like in a couple minutes they're showing off games and people are like, wait, some of these games haven't been announced elsewhere. Like, okay, cool. Like I find it funny they casually like, oh yeah, here's Silk Song, boom. Because
Yeah,
some people have been waiting
they
years
did
for
say
that.
that. They did say, yep.
And some other stuff, and I'm just like, okay, Lamau. And then like they just I love how they casually skip through like not skip, but they showed off like very short like things for him, and I'm like,
Agreed,
that's
agreed.
funny. But yeah, because they had to go from quick because they don't have time.
Correct.
But that the screen sharing thing is probably the biggest L, like because because like 5 frames per second. I don't know how what if it's called. I don't know how the online's going to work with that because you have to pay online to use it. And of
Yeah,
course,
that was weird. I couldn't understand. I couldn't make sense of that. I couldn't make sense of that.
yeah. Also, I don't know how it's going to be family friendly knowing online people, but I guess Nintendo will try. And also the funny bit where it's like the camera that looked so bad and you can buy it as well for like $50.
Bro, and look, if you can use third-party cameras, I highly doubt you can.
Yeah, same.
But like if you can, I reckon you can find better third-party
Bro, you can just get like I
cameras.
don't know. You could get your phone,
But
plug it in, and it'll be a better camera.
100%, 100%.
Yeah,
But I reckon like if you could find like any third-party camera better than whatever the camera they showed off.
yeah. But someone's gonna get that camera and they're gonna use it for content, and it's gonna be hilarious. I guarantee it.
See, but this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know Nintendo if it's got like some sort of chip or something that detects if it's third party or not. Because if it does, like, damn.
Damn.
Um.
But yeah, the direct itself was great, amazing.
Yeah, the direct is phenomenal.
Anyway, it's time to destroy Nintendo.
Not destroy Nintendo. First, before we destroy Nintendo,
Yeah.
couple weeks back, we had a podcast episode where we talked about our predictions. I don't remember everything, but we'll talk about some of the stuff we did know.
Okay.
You sat there and we both agreed that there'd be a new Mario franchise.
Which there isn't.
It didn't happen.
No. Not at
Yeah,
all.
we were completely off the mark. We did say Mario Kart 9, but like
Yeah.
everyone knew that. It just I didn't see the name changing to Mario Kart World.
I mean, I don't think like people just saw it and like, oh, next Mario Kart. So what's
Correct.
after
Yeah, you
8?
just assume. Yeah.
Nah.
There was a chance it could have been like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Plus Plus.
True, I guess. Also,
Yep.
you were also technically correct. There is a Legend of Zelda game. Technically,
Uh,
it's like I mean, I don't know how
you
much
know
should
what?
classify as
Technically, in
that.
my world, is right.
So yeah, you got that.
Uh, okay, we're both wrong. A price drop that never happened in the
In the
direct. We'll talk
direct,
about that
yeah.
in the direct itself. It never happened.
Release date was dropped
Um,
though, and it was rather soon. I don't remember what date we predicted though.
oh, you mean like release date?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah. Okay.
remember.
There was a release date drop. We predicted a whole bunch of third party games. We said there was going to
There
be.
was gonna be, and then there was so many. Oh my god.
There were so many. I did say to show off the hardware.
I mean,
Give us some
they
specs. They
they
gave
didn't.
us some specs.
I mean, it's not like they're like, oh, yeah, this is how many I don't know
Well, look,
teraflops
no,
this
no, no, but
does.
like they showed off how many gigs it's gonna have.
I mean, cool. I mean, if you
They
call that
showed us it was
specs,
gonna
sure.
4K 60 FPS.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, like to be fair, those are the specs you want to hear. Like those are like, in my opinion, the most important specs as a gamer. But then there's a whole bunch of other specs I'd like to know.
I
Um,
mean, like if they went really nitty gritty, then because there's so much to get to it.
I did say, and we didn't get it in the direct, and we also got it outside the direct. I said that I wanted to see the improvement to the Joy-Con drift. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, no,
Um, we didn't hear anything about that in the direct.
nope.
Um, I'm pretty sure we both said something. Oh, we said that a Metroid Prime
Yeah, which
would
wasn't
be
surprising.
but that was announced in the previous direct.
It was announced, but it was in both directs.
Yeah, fair enough.
I
We'll
mean, I
give it
say
that.
I
We'll give
say it
it
was
that.
announced, but it was already been announced. They just showed off gameplay in both, but more in the first one. Whilst the second one's more like you can play it in 2 different modes. One for performance, one for quality. Quality? Yeah, quality. aka visuals.
I'm not sure if I said this. I said that there was going to be a new first party game. I'm pretty sure I said it.
I don't know. I guess is Donkey
But
Kong
like,
considered a
do you
first?
count Donkey Kong? Well, Donkey Kong's technically not new, so I won't take it. I won't take it.
And he's also had a 3D game in the past, so I don't know.
Yeah, so I won't take it. You said there was going to be a new Mario 3D.
Which there isn't.
There
So
isn't.
I'll take the L. Um, but I mean, like,
Did we say it was going to go for an hour? I think we both said it was going to go for an hour.
did we? I don't even remember. If we
Okay,
did, we did.
the big one. My bold prediction. I don't think it came true. It definitely didn't come true. Reggie did not show up on the show.
Wow, surprise!
God damn it!
It was. I mean, it was. The whole thing was done by
What was the bet on
Japanese.
that? I think we had a bet.
Did we?
Yeah, I sat there and you were like, there was no chance of happening, and then we had a bet.
Well, if you figure it out, you owe me.
All right, you.
So maybe it's in your best thing ever to not figure it out.
All right.
Best interest.
Okay.
But we also didn't
Yeah.
guess like half these games. Like a lot of these games we didn't guess, and I don't think we were expecting like
Well,
Kirby Air
no,
Riders.
to be fair, we said like a whole bunch of third party. I think that like, you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, but I mean like Kirby Air Riders, like
Well, no,
Lamar.
we did not say new Kirby. We did not say new Kirby.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean.
the wheelchair game Lamar.
I should have said Silk Song because I was like, there's no way they don't announce it. Um,
I mean, I don't know. That game has always.
All
That
right, you
game
know what?
hasn't.
Well, you say what the bet is for losing Reggie.
I
I'll
say.
take it. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. You get to pick.
Uh, I'm not sure. Oh, you put me in spot. I don't know. No, I have to think about it. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we made a bet, and I bet something, but I don't remember what I bet. It must have been something stupid. It must have been either like something Mario related, or it must have been like I don't know.
I don't know.
Ah, it's all good. You get to pick the next movie then. There you go. Happy next
Okay, good
movie
enough.
review. It's on you. Um. Yeah. So basically, I'd say we got some stuff right, some stuff wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't make a bingo card, so we could. There was no way we crossed it out and see if we got a bingo.
No. Yeah.
Um.
You should have seen me though when they showed off the Donkey Kong game. I'm like, oh, it's a 3D game, so it's a Mario game, and then I see Donkey Kong. I'm like, never mind. It's so random.
Okay. All goods and everything good happened must have a negative dark side to it. And the negative dark side is Nintendo decides we are not going to announce the price because we know that there's going to be massive backlash. Nintendo,
Yep.
you cost me a point because I said it was. I said there was going to be a price drop.
I thought this was
So
going to be
screw you.
price drop. So
There was a price drop. It was after Direct.
yeah.
Everyone threw a tantrum. Um.
Yeah, I remember when I saw that like live. It was like a couple minutes after Direct. It was like some German place dropped it, and it was in like I don't think it was in euros. I think it was in like the German currency, but they use euros. So I'm not sure. Like I think it could
Okay.
be euros, but it didn't look like the euro sign. And I'm like,
Okay.
oh, I know a lot.
Okay. Look, the Nintendo had W's leading up to the Direct, and have been taking L after L after L after the Direct.
Basically,
Your first L was the cost of the console. Everyone needs to realize that this is supposed to be the family-friendly console. This is the one that like parents buy for their kids
true.
majority of the time.
But I'm also
Okay.
not surprised by the costs, to be honest, of the console at least.
Look. I'm not saying I'm like a lot of people were shocked. I'm not. I'm like that's why I'm saying it's a negative. But I don't like. Okay, in American dollars, it was announced as like what 400. Was that
450.
400, 450, and then 500 with the game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the OLED was hitting close to that price. These in American dollars, right? So it had to be more expensive than the OLED.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It has to.
So if the base Nintendo, right, was 300, right,
Right.
and the OLED was 350, the cheapest you could probably give it
It's
was
400.
450.
I mean, I was gonna say 400 just, because it's going up at 50 increments, but
Right,
technically,
but
yes. You're putting way
this is a
more
massive
into it.
jump from the
Yeah.
OLED, right? So that's why I gave it double, right?
Right.
I forgot what was it dropped again. Sorry, what was it? I keep forgetting.
What?
500, 550, or was it 400, 450?
415 and 500.
450, 500, right?
Yeah, it's an American, yeah.
So American dollars. So like it was never going to be priced the same as the OLED. So the cheapest, which okay, we'll give it what you said, 400, right? So 450, I think. I know a lot of people are going to say the backlash to what I'm going to say is a fair price.
Yeah, I never had a problem with the Switch's price, personally.
Right, but I'm just saying everyone had a problem with the Switch's price, right?
Yeah, a lot of people were complaining. I always mention, like, I
Well,
genuinely don't have a
like
problem.
okay,
Even to my friends, they're like, it's pretty pricey. I'm like, is it? I'm like,
well,
be genuine. Is it actually a bit pricey? Not
because
really.
I'm just comparing it to the price of the OLED, right? I think people like with this price comparison. I think it's comparing it with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox.
Yeah, but it's like at that rate, those are like still in
Way
like
powerful, more
they're
powerful
stronger
consoles.
consoles and they're still more expensive.
Correct. What I'm trying to get is that like if the OLED is 350, yeah,
Yeah.
you are not going to price it at 350. You can't price this at 350.
No, you can't.
I think a lot like American. Everyone's thinking it was going to be priced around 350 to 400 range. Like you can't. I watched. I don't remember who I watched, but some guy when I watched him, he said that the price was fair.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd say it's fair.
Well, but like I said, like if the OLED is priced at 350, yeah,
Yeah,
you can't price it like. Well, if we're going up by 50 increments, okay, 400, yeah, but this is way more powerful than the OLED, so it has to be, I'd say, 450 minimum.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You could have said 425, okay, yeah, but whatever, 450. Now, however, Nintendo is trying to screw us all over because Mario Kart World is like $80.
yeah. That's the problem I have. I have a problem with the
That's the problem.
price
They,
of the
no, because they're
games.
trying, bro. Everyone says $80. They all buy the $500 console. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like, well, if you, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Why do I have to buy the bundle to get a $30 the game $30 off? Right, American, right?
yeah.
Um, if you don't, for example, if you don't set it at $80, I don't I like, you know what I mean. They don't release a bundle. I genuinely think they don't release a bundle if you
Oh
release if you know
Jesus
what I mean.
Christ. Yeah. Sorry, I just looked at how much it is to pre-order the Mario Kart World game and I was, oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Mm-mm.
It's 114 Australian.
Yeah, yeah. Australian here, it's like it's the price is crazy. So anyway, um, then Nintendo said that like different games will cost different amounts,
Yeah,
and then like on top of that, we're talking about Nintendo. Their games never go on sale. Their
true.
games absolutely never go on sale, unfortunately.
No,
So
they
this
never.
is like going to be their main price. You know what I mean? All right.
I think, was it like sometime last year? I think some games in Europe only were like
Mm,
$10 off. And that was last year, like towards the end of the Nintendo Switch's
yeah,
lifespan. You're like, yeah,
bro.
we'll drop it by 10
I
bucks.
think I saw online somewhere online that the physical version of this game was going to cost more than digital.
Yeah, I'm not surprised if it is, to be honest.
Well, to be fair, I always thought that that was the case in all gaming. I thought that physical will always be higher priced than
Yeah,
digital because, in my opinion, you got to pay for burning it on the CD or cartridge. Then you got to pay for shipping it. Then you got to pay for like you know what I mean. All this extra stuff you got to pay for, right?
but it
So that's why
seems,
I always believed that physical should have been more expensive. But then the problem was that digital would be way cheaper. That's what I always believe. And I still wholeheartedly to this day believe that digital should be cheaper. But then I see them both released at the same price. I'm like, are you kidding me? Why? You kind of know what I'm saying?
yeah, or it's sometimes depending on where you can get it from, you can find physical cheaper, which
Right,
makes no
no,
sense.
yeah, obviously, because like the issue we have here, right, is that the digital, right? Because look, the digital is only on that platform. For example, a PlayStation 5 game is only on PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
They control when sales happens and when sales not. Whereas for Xbox, they do the same thing. For Steam, they do the same thing, and for Nintendo, they do the same thing, right? So the companies do that, right? You kind of get what I'm saying?
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They control the price. Do you get what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you mean.
Right here in Australia, like sometimes like big W here will have like a 25% off like end of year like toy sale, and then like you go there and their games are also on 25%. But then you go on the shop, it's not like on the e shop or whatever. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what I'm saying. It's in perfect world, I believe, yeah, physical should cost more just because the boxing, the art for the boxing, burning it on the CD, burning it on the cartridge, transporting it. Like if you do all that, it adds up costs. Where digital, guys, let's just put it onto our platform and that's it. We're done.
Yeah,
Well, that's and I was like, all right. So if that like I'd assume that it should be at least 10 to 20 bucks cheaper. No, 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 that didn't happen. Anyway, now we are getting to the point where just increasing games for no reason. Well, actually, the
yeah,
reason they say is development costs more.
true.
Which
But
in this economy, fair enough. Like, yes, I understand. Fair. But then again, let me hear with this. Let me hear this. Okay, and it's gonna be sad, right?
okay,
The development time costs more. Development costs more. The resources cost more, right?
right.
But we live in a world where th- people's pays don't increase. So with
True.
the increase of this, with the increase of cost of games, right? I don't. People's wages won't increase.
Definitely not.
Yeah, so like I get it. You're probably throwing it on the materialistic sides. Yeah, that's true. Like for example, if like how do you say it? The guy that's selling me timber, right, tells me it's $30 one day, and the next a couple of weeks later tells me it's $50, right? You know what I mean? I must increase the price of my whatever's called I'm selling. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because that just to afford that $20 increase,
We'll see. That's yeah.
right? But I'm not getting that money. That's money being thrown to there, which I understand. But I sit there like the increase of price will never accumulates the increase in the employment wages. 90% of the time, right? The access fund goes to like the suit, the suits at the top. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. That's how it
I know we're
works.
going on a tangent, but like you sit down, it's like record breaking sales, and then you hear record breaking layoffs.
Yep. That's how
Anyway,
capitalism and
that's
companies
my
work.
side rant. So I'm scared because if Nintendo stuff sells well, all game companies follow suit. Dude, I genuinely believe that
It
GTA 6 will release $100 American.
might, to be honest. I feel like they'll do. Even if Nintendo didn't do this, they're probably gonna do that.
Yeah, but I because Nintendo did it, I'm like, I think they would have dropped it at like a 90, right? But because Nintendo were like, all right, we'll go, you know what I mean?
Well, now I'm scared since Nintendo did this, more companies are just gonna
Right,
jump
right.
ship
But
quicker.
see, this is like I reckon that we got to push back. But then I sit there, it's like, well, bros, if you buy the Nintendo Switch 2, you want the new game.
Yeah,
Most people are buying the Nintendo Switch 2 to play the new games. No one is like, okay, unless your Switch is broken and you need to buy a Switch during that time. Yeah,
yeah,
most people are buying the Switch 2 to play Switch 2 games. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But if you increase the price of Switch 2 like games, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying though? You're
No,
gonna
I
get
get what
on
you're
me.
saying.
Okay. Next L that Nintendo takes is the US tariffs.
I mean, I think everyone's taking that, but yeah.
Right, but that means like they said that they had to delay the orders in the US.
And the price doesn't account for that, by the way, which is I
Yeah,
don't know
so
how.
so like the price we mentioned doesn't account for that. So um
Actually, it makes sense it doesn't, but like I didn't know how they
that means it's
didn't
gonna be more
maybe
expensive in the US.
process that this was gonna affect that. If that makes sense.
What'd you say, sorry?
Like I don't know how they didn't process that this could potentially affect the price prior to them
Well,
doing anything.
okay, let me hear this, right?
Yeah.
The dude how do I explain this? Because I'm not caught up in the US at all, but has the tariff been already decided or not?
Depends on what tariffs it is. There's a bunch
Right,
of
but
tariffs,
what I'm saying is,
so I
has
don't
that been
know.
finalized? Has that been introduced? Has that been in? Oh, yeah, not yet.
I mean, most of them have already been like
Right.
passed.
Okay.
If
So
that makes sense.
there might be the one like regarding electronics or video games not passed yet, whatever. Right. So like you sit there, you have to accumulate how much the percentage is going to be or like whatever the price hike is going to be. Right. You
Oh
get what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
yeah. No, I
like
get what you're
imagine
saying.
it like imagine if it's 10%, they already knew they would have chucked it on, right? But because they don't know the exact amount, they probably didn't chuck it on yet. You kind of get what I'm saying?
But I feel like it's gonna be really like how much do you reckon they're gonna bump it up then? I feel like it's gonna be kind of a
Okay,
scummy
I
move.
reckon 10% is the cheapest they're gonna bump it up. I think it's not gonna be 10% though.
So it's gonna go up to almost 500 for the base.
I think it's gonna be a 15%. I reckon, because I reckon that like depending what the tariff is, I don't know how to explain, but like I think I don't know how tariffs work, but from what I understand is
Yeah.
is that no, well, actually I don't understand much, so don't take anything what I say take everything I say with grain of salt. Um, I think like food and produce would have like the lowest tax rate because you need food and produce in your country, right? But the more expensive stuff, or like for example, electronics or building material, all that stuff will be taxed higher.
I guess probably depends on like if you make it in the country. Like if, for instance, like produce, if you make a lot of
The
produce,
reason,
then you can
yeah,
probably keep it low. If you,
right. But the reason why they're doing this because they want everything to be like developed within them. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, but it's fine. Like with this kind of like with how stuff is looking,
Mm.
very bleak. It's a very unlikely that's going to happen, and it's going to put costs even higher. So I don't know how they can manage. And also, I don't think a lot of people want to do those kind of things. So it's kind of like a bit hard as well.
I
Like,
don't know. I don't know.
cause
Anyway, tariffs are stupid. That's all I can say.
but all I'm saying is like, imagine people who are like, okay, imagine electronics, right? A lot of it
Imagine
is
what? Sorry.
like electronics, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
manufacturing
yeah. Yeah.
factories for those. Those are outsourced to like other countries who are people willing to do those kind of jobs.
Yep.
If you put it here, how many people are willing to do those
Not a
kind of
lot. Not a
jobs?
lot.
Yeah.
But then you got to think about it. Like there are stuff that is trademarked. You can't make anywhere. Like you can't make a Nintendo Switch outside of Japan,
I mean,
wherever the factories are, because they trademarked it.
oh yeah, of course. But it's like I was gonna say, it's probably designed in Japan, probably made somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah, I know, but like you know what I mean. Like because it's trademarked. It's not like some dude in America can be like, all right, I'm gonna make it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
and there's so much hurdles you have to get through. There's so much stuff you have to sign, all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
of
don't know, bro.
course.
Anyway, what we're trying to get at is, well, this is not Nintendo's fault, by the way. This is just
No,
how
it's
it happened.
not.
But then, like, two things: obviously, the price increase and the delayed in the order date.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
the pre-order date. So I don't. So is it cause they're gonna adjust it? That's why it's delayed. The pre-order
that's
date.
probably it. That's probably it.
Huh.
Um,
You reckon that's also probably why they didn't show off the prices as well originally? Because it's like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that
I
could be a
believe
potential. Like other
that
than
could be
it
a.
pissing off people, could that also be a decent potential reason?
Now that you say that, yes, yes, I 100% agreed. Yes.
Hmm. I
Uh
hope it doesn't. That means if how about other countries? Because tariffs do affect other countries, of course. But it's like,
I don't know. I don't. We'll see. Well, all I can say is we'll see.
does that mean you have to pre-order before it affects anything?
I don't know.
Uh,
I actually don't know.
will this be the first console in history where it might be actually smarter to buy it early than to lay it on? That does not sound fun.
Okay.
Anyways,
Um.
what other L's have they been taken?
Uh, you have to. I think that some of the cartridges that they're gonna have would just have like a download key, which downloads the game.
Yeah, they mentioned this during the
Yeah,
stream.
that is a huge L. Um.
Reminds me of like they Final Fantasy. No, it reminds me of Fallout 76 where they just had a cardboard cutout
Yep.
and it had like a code on it and you just download it.
Yep. That's a huge L. And the final L I discovered today, earlier today. Um. They did not improve the joysticks, so they will have drifts.
Almost likely, we don't know exactly what they're made out of because they don't have the Hall
Right.
effect thing, which a lot of companies use to stop that. So we'll see. I mean, if they did anything, they did anything. If they didn't, there's going to be another lawsuit coming after them, which I'm surprised they didn't do anything about since they had a
I'll link a
valid
video at the
lawsuit.
bottom, which how do you say it? That will
Talks about
explain
it.
it. Yeah.
Hmm.
But like the video I watched, it looks like the drift is still gonna exist.
Yeah, that's
That's
not
another
fun.
L.
Funny because
Okay.
every other competitor is using Hall effects, which
Yeah,
stop
but
you.
we,
Yeah,
dude, we're still getting drift in controllers.
I could just buy one that has Hall effects at that rate. Good party time.
Okay.
Transporting costs so much money as well.
Any last thing you want to talk about before we get into something fun?
Last things when I was just checking prices, third party games,
Mhm.
some of them are priced as exactly the same as like Mario World, and some of them are priced exactly as Donkey Kong. And also some of the so if you know how you could upgrade your like Nintendo games,
Yeah,
Nintendo
yeah,
Switch games, but you can also buy just the outright no, Switch 2 version of them.
yep.
The Switch 2 version of them are the same price as what do you call them? As Donkey Kong.
Bro.
But also some games are just also like I think there's this game I'm seeing right now. It looks to be just a remaster of a game,
Yep.
and that's like way cheaper than everything else. But I'm assuming that's like a smaller game because everything else
All
is
right.
like way more.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so a lot of money.
Okay, let's talk about something fun. Um,
Define fun.
we promised a movie review of the Minecraft movie, and here we are. Uh,
Yeah,
doing a Minecraft movie review.
Spoilers.
Yep. I don't know how we want to do this. Let's just talk about what our general thoughts on the movie is. You can go ahead first.
Um, it's a movie that you'll probably be more so laughing at than laughing with. It's a really stupid movie. It has a lot of funny scenes, I guess, but it's like, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what you're expecting. But other than that, it's like kind of a dumb movie.
Bro, we've got so much different takes, bro.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. Knowing how you,
Dude, my thoughts on this movie was this movie's an absolute like hidden gem of a movie. It's so funny. It's so good. The story is stupid, but like it was
there
always
is no
gonna be
story.
stupid.
The story's
The
like
story, no, it's a coming of age story. It's pretty much
coming of age.
that yeah, it's a coming of age story. Um,
I should let you know the whole movie takes place in like 2 to 3 days. Do keep that in
yeah,
mind.
I know. It's coming age story. That's like the coming of age. What it means is like personal development and growth of certain
That's not
characters.
why I'm saying that. It's mainly because of the end. I'm saying that. Do know it's like it takes place in 2 to 3 days.
I know, but like the amount of growth these characters had by the end of the
Growth.
movie. Yeah, I'm being serious. Like
Majority of the growth was just at the end. The growth, like some things they do, they just forget.
yeah, but that's
So
that's
it's
the whole
like
point of a coming to end movie. It's the end result.
I don't
That's what I'm
think
trying to
you're
get at.
meant to forget during the movie. Like
What,
you're angry at well, the main character's angry at freaking whatever his name is, Garbage Man at one scene, and the next scene, Garbage Man sacrifices
no,
himself.
no.
He's like,
Obviously, I'm not.
no.
I never said this movie was perfect. I never said that. I said
Oh,
that
it's
this movie,
not,
like,
but it's hot garbage.
yeah, no.
It's really bad.
I've got a completely different take. I like the movie a lot. This movie, like, it's silly, it's goofy, it's a whole bunch of fun. I thought it was a good movie. I'd recommend it
I
if
wouldn't.
you want. If you want, like, just to have fun. There's so many movies I would recommend over this one, but yeah.
I mean, I paid $90 to watch it with friends. Yeah, I don't
Damn, you
recommend
paid
it.
$90.
Yeah, 3 other friends. Yeah, I don't recommend it.
You paid $90 for this movie. Damn.
Yes, I paid $90 to watch this movie. Like
I didn't pay that
It's
much.
like a full group, 4 people. 4 of us went to watch it.
You
It
paid
was
for
90
four
bucks.
people.
Yeah, I mean, I got paid back, but yeah, it was 90
Oh,
bucks.
fair. It's like-
It was
Anyway,
actually, it was probably close. It's probably closer to 100, but yeah.
um, I thought Jack Black's performance was wild. Uh, yeah, he's probably the one you want to watch the movie for. The other, I'm not saying they're forgettable. I think Jason Momoa also was pretty good in this movie.
I think
Outside of that, like,
Jason Momoa probably was the best in the movie. I think I don't. I think Jack Black did all right, but then everyone else is kind of really
yeah, everyone else
forgettable.
is forgettable. Don't worry about them.
Except, but the I don't even remember the kid name. The one that's supposed to be like a zookeeper and a house thingo.
The real estate company chick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's like, if you're like a generic person watching the movie, like, what the heck's happening half the time? That's her reaction.
correct.
Yeah.
But to be fair, like this is like a uh, I don't know if it's a good comparison, but
Oh, no, what?
like this movie, it's like the characters are stepping into like a portal, taking them to a world, right? So obviously their reaction is gonna be like, bros, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on here? It's like okay, I might get flamed for this.
You're about to get flame. I
Narnia,
know you.
Narnia.
Narnia.
Yeah, because they're also entering a new world, and the characters at the start were like, "What the hell's going on?" So like the character's reaction is like pretty much the same as like how Narnia's react. I'm not saying it's nowhere near. I'm just talking about you said how like the characters kept what the hell's going on? Well, because they're entering a new world. I'm saying it reminiscing to the start of Narnia, where all the characters are like, "What's going on?" Obviously, two different movies. I'm just talking about their reactions. You know what I mean?
I guess. I mean, the movie doesn't even start off with that, but yeah.
No, I get that. But you told me how like most of the characters' reaction be like, "What's going on?" Which it is pretty
I
much.
was.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I get what you mean, but it's also like I meant more so just one character, but like yeah, I kind of like that at the beginning, and then they kind of just like
Yeah. Okay. There's a
get
whole
with it.
bunch of memes in this movie. This movie can you should just grab clips of memes.
Most of them were like the first 10 minutes of the movie, by the way. There's like
You wouldn't say the
two,
meme
three that
where
I can
like okay,
name.
okay, but guys, spoilers. We keep forgetting spoilers.
You
Spoilers,
mentioned
spoilers,
that at the
spoilers.
beginning.
What?
You mentioned that at the start when we were talking about it.
We did. Okay,
Yeah,
spoilers. The bit where Jack Black is wearing like diamond armor, bro. Like you're not saying that's memeable, bro.
that was the most goofiest thing I saw.
That's what I'm
That's
saying. Like
why
you think
the
that,
armor. That's why the armor literally got broken like 2 seconds later. Because if he
bro?
wore it,
He tried to
it was
jump and
stupid.
like it broke.
Can we? Okay, the jump. Can we talk about the green screening in some scenes of this movie?
Bro, the green screaming. I think they did that for comedic effect. Like, there's no way they actually did that like for actual like you know what I mean. Like they
Some
thought
of
this
it
is gonna
I
be good.
question because it's not saying not comedic effect. Some of it's just bad. Like in the
I do
scenes where they're
agree. I do
moving
agree.
really
I do agree.
quickly, it looks really. It reminds me of like the Sonic 3 thing, but the Sonic 3 thing is used in one scene. It's funny. This one I can like name multiple instances where I noticed it. I'm like, oh, I don't think this is comedic. I think it
No,
just
I
is
laughed every
bad.
time it happened. I laughed every time it happened.
No, because some of them was just during scenes where fast movement was happening. Like they were either jumping or like
Maybe I
in the
didn't notice. Maybe I
Lytra.
didn't notice. I
And
didn't
I'm just
notice.
like, it doesn't look that good.
I didn't notice.
Uh,
I probably must have not noticed. The reason behind the enemies like the main villain's like non-creativity is stupid, but I love
it's
that.
stupid, yeah. When I heard that, I'm like, what?
Bro,
Okay.
I was like, what are we doing here? But I love that. I still thought that was really hilarious.
Can
I'm
we
gonna
talk
say it.
about the villain's end? Like,
Before we talk about that, oh yeah, go ahead. Actually, we'll talk about that.
like
When she tried to stab him like multiple times, that shit was
not
like
even
so wild.
that. She's like, I'm just out of energy, and she kind of just flops on the ground.
Well, because
Like,
like
does nothing.
all the other piglins were like, what's it called? Like turning to like bushes.
Yeah, but the two next to him were like holding the
Yeah, I don't know
fingers.
what.
Were
I have
fine.
no idea why.
So it's like,
Is it because they were carrying like the things? Because like, there's a chance? Because they gave them the potion.
but shouldn't she just drink the potion herself as well? But the thing is, she's
Bro,
wearing
yeah,
the
yeah.
robe
See.
anyways. She's not
That
zombifying.
is. That what would you say? Sorry.
She didn't look like she was zombifying, and she was wearing like a big
Well,
finger on herself.
I think it's because and this might be completely stupid, right? The cloak
Oh
she's
no.
wore on top of her head must have blocked
Well, that's what I thought,
something. I don't know.
but
I'm just saying. Like I'm
like
gonna.
the other ones are at least being zombified. Her, she was just like, I have
Well,
no
yeah, but what are the
energy,
two
and it just
behind her?
flopped.
Like I never understood that. I was like, so you
Oh,
guys
fine.
are fine, but they were holding like the stick with the light. I was like, maybe something's with that. I've got
Maybe,
no
but
idea.
then also it's like, well, you're standing next to the person. Maybe you should be helping. Like that would help. That like would help her,
Bro,
but it didn't.
I don't know. I don't know. I like if you're gonna show zombify. Okay, like it's not even zombify. It's like was it like they were growing bush stuff?
Like that's how they look, because it's supposed to be like rotting.
Yeah.
It's
Okay. Yeah.
it
Okay.
becomes green.
Gotcha. But
Yeah,
so the two behind it don't rot. She technically rots, but we don't see it because she's wearing a cloak. Let's say
I
that. Okay.
guess. Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know why those two didn't. Right. Yeah.
yeah. And then Jack Black just leaves her. Like, okay, bye bye.
Well, what's he supposed to do, fam?
Ding,
She's already dying.
skadoosh. And then
Oh, bro, if he did skidoo, she would have lost it. Okay, anyway, like I think the models look way better than they did in the trailer.
I don't I don't have a problem with the models
No,
or
I thought the
the.
original models looked horrific. Like the
It
first
did,
trailer,
but
first
like when
one.
I saw the second trailer, I'm like, okay, I'm not as like against it. I'm
Yeah,
not
but
like,
at that point, we
yeah.
didn't see every enemy. We didn't see everything. So I was like, some of them could be bad. No, I thought they were all
I think it
fine.
was fine. Okay, can we talk about when Jack Black meets the group? Can we talk about that scene?
The one where like he's like breaking the zombies' arms and like.
And just no. See, the only thing that bothers me is this music. Music that doesn't fit the scene at all is just playing, and I'm like, what the frick is this
Yeah,
music?
but that's in all like all these types of films nowadays, right?
But it doesn't fit the scene.
No, but like I'm saying now, they just chuck in all types of film because they just want like this song is popular. Like let's chuck it in. Remember, I'm gonna take you back. Remember the Mario movie, and then there was like a montage, and they decided to play like that one song, and everyone's like, "What the hell?"
What? Eye of the Tiger? Or was it the other one?
No, not Eye of the Tiger.
I don't. Is it? I don't remember.
Yeah, so in the Mario movie, they used every single Mario soundtrack, and then during this montage, like yeah, they decided to put like some guy singing. I don't remember what the song was, and I was like, "What the hell?" Yeah, they do it every movie nowadays. Like they always chuck like one or two songs.
No,
Yeah,
but
because like
you should have seen me though. I was physically saying what is playing right now.
no, I completely agree with you. I
Yeah,
100% agree with you. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, I 100% agree with you. 1000%. Yeah. But what I'm trying to get at is yeah. Um, like that was like it's now something Hollywood does. You know what I mean?
I guess. I mean, it's
Because
not like I
like
like it.
nowadays Hollywood, like Hollywood, like what they do, bro. They try and like they try and include stuff like that song had no right to be there. I 100% agree with you, right?
Half the
The only
songs had
reason they
no right
included
to
it
be in
was
there.
what would you say?
Half the songs had no right to be in there. I'm
I
not
like the
gonna lie.
fact that they had Minecraft music. That was cool.
It was good. They used it very little though, but you know, I didn't expect more, but I didn't expect
They
three
used
different
all the
songs
sound
from
effects
Jack
for
Black.
all the enemies. They used all the sound effects for all the enemies.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
Um, I mean, um, like if they had Technoblade in there, that was kind of cool.
I like
A
that.
reference to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
You know what? I think you know this didn't happen in the movie, but I will mention this
Yeah,
because I don't know if a lot of people know about this. There was this
yep,
kid who had like a very rare disease
yep.
and was like told he would like pass away before the movie would come out.
Hmm.
So they reached out to like Mojang and
Yep,
like a lot of influencers, and they
yep.
were able to get the kid to watch the movie and talk to
That's
the
mad.
thingers before, like
Yep.
talk to the actors before the movie came out.
No, no, that was
Unfortunately,
good.
the kid did pass away,
Yeah, yeah. No,
but
no.
like, see
I
that
could go
that's
on.
good, and I
That's cool.
respect.
No, that's mad respect. So do I. Mad respect to that.
Movie's still trash, but I respect. I respect the people. Just movie's not the good, not that good. Um,
No, I had a great time watching this movie. I could not stop laughing. I had a mad time.
it's not like I wasn't laughing, but I was laughing at the stupidity of the movie.
No, 100%. That's what you're supposed to do in this case. That's why I had a great time. Um,
Can we talk about the intro to the
the
movie?
intro.
Like, I feel like it was a speed run of an intro. Like, it felt like it was like I was watching
Well,
a
because like
TikTok or
it's
something.
legit. This intro is Jack Black recounting it.
Yeah,
It's not. It's happening because he's speaking over it, right?
I mean that's technically how the whole movie is, if that makes sense, because it's like
Well,
that's the
no.
intro and the end is that, so it kind of
Well, no, but
makes it
that's
feel
not
like
intro.
that.
When you do that, it's not like it doesn't mean the whole movie's like that, right? When you do the intro, it's up to the and then the end like that, right? Because like in the end, it's supposed to show like when someone does that, it's supposed to show like time passed and like that's not all in one day. All that stuff happened. Do you know what I mean? That happened over
Well,
like grand time, and they're just trying to show.
sure,
Do you know? You know
except
what I'm
this
saying?
movie. No, I get
No,
what
I'm
you
just
mean.
talking about the ending beat because there's no way he came back and they've already designed like the new game that they're playing. That's supposed to show
New,
like over
new,
time,
new game.
right?
Dojo. The dog is somehow like already a world class like dog performer.
Yeah, yeah, but what I'm trying to say is like that happened over time. It's just like because he's saying it and they're compressing it, right? Like it's supposed to show like this is like the space. It's the same as the start. Like the start
No,
does not take place
no,
in one day.
I get what you no, I get what you mean, but it's
Yeah.
because the villager scene, the female says, like they want to marry you. It's only
No,
been
I think
since
that was
last
I
night
think
I met
that
you.
doesn't happen at the end of the movie. Like I know it happens at the end, but I think they just took it like at that beat. You know what I mean? So you kind of get what I'm saying. That doesn't happen at the end of the movie. You kind of get what I mean?
I get what you mean, but it's like the time frame they
Because
gave
there's no like
us.
okay, yeah, that like what I'm trying to say is that's like
Like if you take at
that
face
beat.
value, that's what they mean.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but when someone like says like when someone's commenting over your life, yeah, it's like you're
Yeah,
trying to recount a story, yeah. It's not like you're not gonna say woke up, slept. You know what I mean? You cut all that detail out. That's what it looks like. That's like when someone tells you a story, like yeah, of events. You kind of get what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah. So, but it's compressed. So you might feel like it's one day or whatever, right? But it's not. You kind of get what I mean?
No, I get
Um,
what you mean, but it's just the
but
way
then they
they.
just took out that clip and they just put it at the end, right? I was like, all right, fair enough, because I was like, there's no way that happens
Whoa,
post all that stuff.
where are they gonna put it?
Well, no, they just put it
It
as like a blooper, like that had like no value to the story. Like they didn't even have to include that.
No, I get what you're saying, but it's kind of like if you just take it at face value, that's kind of what
Correct.
they're insinuating,
Correct, but
which
that's
is
not how
stupid.
it's been because because it's when Jack Black monologues over it, right?
Yeah,
I already knew. Okay, this happened over I don't know how long. You know what I mean? Because the guy was in depth. He was gonna lose. He was getting evicted. There was no way he comes back and he's not evicted. You know what I mean? So he had to earn the money, develop the game, do all that stuff to get like his stuff. The dog became like a world prize dog. Doesn't happen over there. She stopped working in real estate. Does that happen? You get
sorry,
what I'm saying? I mean?
you cut out when you said real estate on my end.
Oh, I'm saying like she didn't quit a real estate job and it became like a animal thing in one day. You kind of get what I'm saying?
No, it's not.
No.
But
The ending bit, they just threw it out there in the credits. Yeah.
they threw it.
Like,
But
yeah, they just threw it. They're like, all right, let's just throw it as comedic value. I get what you're saying. You're thinking, oh, because they threw out there, that happened after all. No, 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 no. That happened like the next day after their date, whatever it's called. You know what I mean? But
they'd
that shit
have
was hilarious
to.
when
They'd
the
have to
villagers started
mention
speaking.
it, unless otherwise, that's kind of how they're insinuating it,
But I didn't
which
feel
is
it like that.
stupid.
I definitely did not feel it like that. I thought that they were like, all right, let's just chuck it in here because we had nowhere else to chuck it in. Let's just chuck it in because it's that adds like nothing to the story. But I did find it funny that dude was the one that the ex is. I was like, damn,
Yeah,
he was the one you divorced. Damn.
should have seen my friends. My friends were saying they gave a villager a British accent,
Oh yeah, that was wild. That was
and I'm like,
absolutely
bro.
wild.
I found the side plot funnier than the normal. Not funny. I found it more intriguing and kind of funnier than the
Do you
initial
think
plot.
the ending cutscene with Alex? Do you think that's trying to hint at a Minecraft 2 movie?
Yeah, I mean that's
But,
not lie with ourselves. This is gonna make $1 billion.
yeah, but
They're
do you
gonna
kind of go?
juice it.
But you kind of get what I mean. Like that
Yeah,
number two at the end, like it's clearly.
I
Uh,
mean, why would they introduce Alex to be like,
correct, correct.
wow, my name's Alex, by the way. Oh, crazy.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, guys. The second big, it's crazy.
Like
Yeah, because like
if Jack Black said, "Wow, that'd be cool," if there was if he said something like that, I would have like thrown myself down a set of stairs or something. Like, what the heck?
no, okay, dude, Jack Black when he looked like a kid to an adult, that shit was wild, bro.
No, you know what we look
My guy had a proper job and everything. I was like, dude, you've got
doorknobs.
everything sorted. What?
Your doorknobs. Like what? Like an
Oh yeah, I don't
office
like.
for doorknobs? Like you're not in a
It's not even a
trading
door.
or.
It's doorknobs. It's not even a whole door. It's
But
doorknob.
it's not even like because okay, imagine you're making doors. You're not in an office building. You're in like a shop or like a you know what I mean. So we're an
I
office
get that.
building
What
for
I'm trying to,
doorknobs.
it's like he's selling doorknobs for like housing and stuff. So it's like basically, if I'm gonna be honest, like
It's meant to be
it's
one of
not a
those dead end.
locksmith. What'd you say?
I was like, is it meant to just be a dead end office job, but a joke? Like that's what I
No,
thought
no.
of
What
it
he's
as.
like, it's one of those stupid, like it's one of those stupid black companies you hear about. You know what I mean? Because you sit there, everything's got to be developed, right?
Yeah,
Everything. You know what I mean? Like you kind of like there's probably a company that just makes gears.
yeah, but that has more functions than putting it on a
Then a
door.
doorknob,
Yeah,
but a doorknob opens the door like to your house.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but like
Gears are used for like multiple things and you need multiple sizes and all that, so it makes somewhat sense you'd need it for something. Whilst in comparison to a doorknob, which like you could the
oh, wait, do
doorknob
you
you
think
can
the
make
doorknob
it.
is a play on the Minecraft because like Minecraft doors don't have doorknobs? Do you reckon like that's what they were trying to go for?
Probably not.
No,
No, probably
I
just
was like
like what would be funny to make a business based on, like doorknob.
I was like maybe, but I was like, dude, the fact it's not even the whole door. I was like doorknobs, like not even the whole door.
Doorknobs. I don't know. Wacky. I don't know.
Bro, it's like, all kids yearn for the mind. It's like, what, bro? What are we talking about?
Can we talk about how like I said, Jack Black ages, but the other guy who's already an old man ages like fine wine between those 20 years
Bro,
or something?
I don't know, dude. Did you see the step like Jack Black put on him, bro?
Yeah, bro. When I saw that, I'm like, bro, we're not juking people in
I
basketball.
lost
What
it.
is
I
this?
lost it when he juked him. I was like, I lost it, bro. I was once I
No,
saw that, I was like,
you should seen me. You know how because the movie starts off, it's black, and then it's like the overworld. When that happened, I was out of my chair, almost on the ground, dying from that.
bro, no. As soon as he did that juke, I was like, ooh, this is gonna be a good movie.
But it's like, this movie's so dumb. Oh my god.
Okay. Any other thing you want to talk about?
Is there anything
I
coming
genuinely
out?
thought they might have stayed in that world. Some
Knowing
of the
this
characters.
movie, I was like, I knew it was gonna happen. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be like those movies where it's like you said, like a coming of age, but it's more like, oh, they're gonna believe in themselves and they're gonna like, because when the kid said
No, that's
he never
that's
brought
how it's
this
coming of
up,
age.
but when he said like, maybe I'll just stay in this world. Yeah, when I heard that, I'm like, yeah, you're not staying in here. Let's be
No,
honest,
no,
you're
I thought,
not.
I thought like the fact
And
that
it never gets
Steve
brought
returned.
up. So dumb.
What?
It never gets brought up again. Him saying that kind of statement. So dumb. Maybe I want to stay in this world because I have friends here. Well,
No, but
actually,
then
the villagers
like
ain't
the
your
thing is,
friends.
didn't like Jack Black Steve say like what's it called, like go make stuff in the other world,
Yeah, he did say that
bro?
in
His
the same
original
scene.
songs in this is so good. The original songs in his, like the chicken, what is it called? The
I wanted
chicken
to.
one, the one where they're wearing sombreros.
I don't remember the sombrero song off the top of my head. Like I know they were like
And then there was
distracting
like the other song, yeah.
the some like the what if it's called the chicken song. I actually don't like. I find that annoying. I found
You
that
didn't
actually
like it?
kind
I
of
thought that song was a banger.
a lot of people like, oh, the song's a banger, and I'm like, no, so I don't feel it. And then the songs at the end, I'm like, bro, just get to the end. I'm like, bro, stop this. It's enough.
What do you think of like Potato Man? That shit was so wild. The
I'm
mascot
like,
for that place.
when I saw that, I'm like, someone's gonna make some memes based on an accurate thing that happened IRL, and
Dude,
that's all
I
I'm gonna
sat there.
say.
I'm like, Potato Man. That shit was so funny.
So dumb.
That's your mascot.
Small town. It's a tater tot, isn't it? Well, when the kid made the tater tot gun, I'm like, what the heck is that? He shoots tater tots. Yip,
Yeah, but
yip.
then the tater tot is shooting. It was Minecraftified.
Yeah, and he just like one shot stuff. Very cool. I don't know. And then when they said Minecraft, I'm like, oh my god, they said the thing. Wowie zowie, guys. We're watching the Minecraft movie. I'm just so happy that my cinema wasn't filled with like adults/teenagers.
Bro, my cinema was not filled either. Like we had like about 10 people.
Because apparently in like American
Well, I
stuff,
went at like 9 at night, bro. Who goes to the cinema during that time, bro?
I went 10 in the morning. So,
Well, no, wait. It didn't even catch the 9:30 one. I caught the 8:30 p.m. one.
oh, alright.
Oh.
But like, because apparently in America, people were throwing popcorn and stuff at the TV. And
Yeah, but I had
like,
some.
I saw,
I had one dude.
yeah,
Right, I had one dude. You know all the memes from like the how do you say it?
trailer.
Like the trailer,
Yeah,
like Flint and Steel and all that stuff.
yeah.
When
Like,
Jack Black said it, well, he's Flint and Steel. Like someone else said it. I'm like, bro.
no, I mean that's what we were doing as well. Like we were just memeing it, but like
Yeah, but
also,
yeah.
like we were like our brain cells were melting at certain points. Like the Elytra scene where Jack Black and like
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa
I love
were in
we
interesting
don't even say their names. Like
positions.
it's Steve and a garbage man. What are you saying?
They were in interesting positions. Like I was like,
Yeah, bro.
ha, right, yeah, okay, what is happening?
No, there was like there was like sexual jokes. Like
There was definitely.
very
I'm
obvious.
like, what the heck?
No, the one where she tried to invite the villager. That was I was like, what? Hey,
Yeah,
hold up a
definitely.
minute. That's weird.
Uh,
Hmm.
what else?
If your thought, okay. If you got
My
nothing else, we're gonna say your
thoughts?
thoughts, dude. I can't believe we didn't see like the Ender Dragon. I thought that we were gonna see that.
The Ender Dragon. That's what happens if you saw it.
I swear, I thought we were gonna say it.
When I saw the the Enderman scene, I'm like, are we tripping balls over here?
Dude,
Like when I saw that, I'm like, is the movie just gonna be the kid was tripping balls the entire movie? But no, I'm like,
is that how like Steve, like your character acts when you see the Enderman?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, but
That's
like
what they're implying.
we like the screen doesn't go blurry. Like we didn't say anything. We just fight it. You know. What
I mean, if it did, imagine some child doing that. Imagine some child with epilepsy. Yeah, that'll be not too fun. But
now that you mention that, fair enough.
yeah. I know it's meant to,
Um,
because I mean, imagine you just look at it and it starts chasing you. I mean, that's what it does in the game. But I mean,
Okay, yep. So yeah, give it a ranking. Let's give it a ranking.
you go first, I guess.
You want me to go first?
Yeah,
7.5 to an 8.
that's really high.
Bro, I told you I enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed this movie. Yeah.
I was originally gonna give it a 1, but I think I'm gonna go for like a
Dude,
2.
that's so low.
Yeah, because because it is. The only reason I'm giving it a 2 is because it made me laugh, and I guess it has like a good message of like creativity.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Look, I give it 8 because I had a great time. And there was a lot of scenes where like I sit there, I'm like, all right, that's funny. Or like I'm gonna see a meme of this in the future. The diamond armor swim. I was like, holy shit, that is so funny. Dude, the armor doesn't even fit him, bro. He's so fat. Like,
the fat middle-aged action figure. That's the thing, though. I'm not gonna remember the movie. I'm just gonna remember the memes. But it's like I'm ranking this a movie, and I don't think
yeah,
it's a
no,
good movie.
I know you're ranking this movie, but like I rank it based on like, did I enjoy the movie, right? Because if I rank it like, is it a good film, right? It'd probably drop down to like a 5. But I'm just thinking, like, I had a great time. Would I watch it again? Right? Probably not in cinemas, but
No,
I'd put it on just for the laughs. Yeah, I'd put it on my TV.
if I was to watch it, I'd watch it not legally. I don't want to pay for this movie again. I spent too much just to watch it, and I'd say it's worth it. That amount I spent for it at least, and that's before food, by the way. Like before, like I went to McDonald's and I got like the McDonald's meal, and I looked at the ad for it, and I'm like, this ad looks better than the movie.
Wait, did you see? Did they have the McDonald's ad like where he was building the McDonald's box before
It
the
was
movie?
more so just like the ones where it shows off like it was like a little animation. It shows off like the toys, or whatever.
No, no,
I
I
say
saw the one
toys,
where
but
like
it's
with
like
the guy with the kid where he built the McDonald in Minecraft in the actual movie.
yeah.
Did you see that one?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay.
Saw people memeing it though, but no, I didn't see the thing. But like, I wouldn't. I like because I'm just gonna see the meme. Look, the thing is, I'm just gonna see the memes online, and it's gonna remind me of the bits of the movie I don't want to be reminded of. So it's just gonna like pop it all back into my mind. Like my friend, we asked like what we'd rate it out of. I still kind of settled for 1 when I initially after I watched it. But one of my friends like, so what do you rate it? And my friend's like, WTF out of 10. Because it was just he was like, it's just that bad.
Okay, man. Like, let me hit this right. Let me hit this right.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, right?
Okay. I mean, it's not like I'm not being honest.
Worse or better than your expectation?
What I expected, I had no expectations going in.
Yeah, so is it worse or better than your expectation? If you have no expectation, some people, you know, the signs like our expectations are low, but holy, you know what I mean?
I think some scenes made me question like what is happening. It's like not like I kid you not, that first scene Jack Black with that random music pissed me off. Like it genuinely pissed me off.
No, no, I said that, but
I'm like,
that's
why is
Hollywood. That's
this?
like not like not.
Oh
How do you
yeah, I'm
say it?
not saying yeah, but cool. But if it's in a different film, it's not like I'm not gonna say it's
Oh,
good.
100%,
Yeah,
100%. But nowadays, I sat there like, okay, I didn't like that either, right? But I sat there and I'm like, but that's just, I'm like, well, Hollywood's gonna include that. You know what I mean? It's because the reason is that they sit there. It's like, all right, like we can get big bucks. You know what I mean for this movie, like the
mm,
commission deal between them and the artist. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, because I reckon if they got more Minecraft movie, they don't win any money.
What do you mean a win?
Like, okay, there's a deal between when you make a deal between, um, how do you say?
Oh, you mean like okay? You mean like okay? What do you mean? Okay, like you say like the length of the song in the thing. Oh,
Correct,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna go on me.
yeah. But
So
it's
it's a
like
business decision. That's like more of a business decision, you know.
I don't know. You could have. I look. Even if you put another Holly like another normal song, you could have put any song that actually fit. Like I don't think that song fit at all. Like "You're
So
My
what was
Little
the song? I
Blue
don't even
Thing" was
remember.
just playing as he hops
What was
in.
the song? What was the song?
You're My Little Blue Thing. Is that how you pronounce it? Oh no.
You're my blue.
I'll show you the song after. But it's
All right,
like
yeah.
it did not fit the scene. I'm like, why is this playing now? Like that was my first reaction. I look at my friends. I'm like, why is this song playing?
Okay. Anyway. So was it higher or lower than your expectation?
There was bits where I'm like, what? Like were lower, but I guess a bit higher because of how many times it got me to laugh. So I guess it was
Okay.
to my expectations. Like there was bits that were
For me,
lower
this
and
movie
bits were
was a
higher.
lot higher than I expected. I genuinely thought this movie was gonna be like complete blowout. I thought I was not gonna laugh. I thought, like, dude, the fact that they even had time to throw a tribute to like Technoblade and say he's a legend. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, I was like, all right, that's cool. You know what I mean? The models, at least, is way better than whatever the hell we saw last time in the trailer. Hopefully, that's the same case with Shrek.
Lamar.
Yeah.
You
All
have 2
right,
years
then.
to process that.
Casually throwing shade at Shrek. What?
Like you still have until end of 2026 to process that.
Um. Yeah.
Yeah,
We did see. I think we both saw it. How to Train Your Dragon live action, and it looks incredible. So
the
can't wait
trailer.
for that.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah, it
that.
looks.
Lilo and Stitch,
Saw that too,
and then
which also looked pretty good.
some animation film that about like being abducted or something, and then like meeting
I don't think I
aliens.
saw that. I don't think I saw that.
When I
All
saw
right,
that,
then.
I thought it was a different film because the character looked exactly the same, like another Disney character in a different film. But it was a completely different film, so I'm like, oh, okay, whatever.
All right,
Sure.
then. Anyway, any last thoughts on anything we talked about?
Stuff is too expensive. Oh my god, I spent $90 on like Minecraft, and then like now the Switch is like 700 AUD or something. Like, save my wallet. My wallet needs like
Well,
what do you
I mean,
call it?
you did get promoted technically, so
My pay hasn't changed yet, but yeah.
oh, rip,
Yeah.
boo. Tell them, complain,
Yeah,
guys.
it's
I had a positional switch. I deserve more.
there's a contract thing for it, so it's like
No, I get that,
yeah.
but like, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Alrighty. Uh, bye
Bye.
bye.
Peace out. Subscribe, like, whatever.
Bye.
Bye.